Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, guys. This is your girl, Mommy So True. Guys, we're thriving. We're thriving. If you're not thriving, you're in the right place. You're in the perfect community because you're going to be a thriver. Stay on this healing course. Hang on tight with me as I continue to share my journey, educate you, help empower you. You're going to thrive. You're going to thrive. What's up, guys? We are going to talk today. There is a lot to talk about because you're dealing with enemies of progress if you're dealing with narcissistic beings. Before we get started, make sure you got yourself some tea, some coffee, something. Oh man, shout out to Amazon for this electric Chefman kettle. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. If anyone's interested, I'm going to drop the link if you want to check that item out on Amazon for my tea drinkers, my coffee drinkers. And of course, get you an unbothered empath teacup from your girl, Mommy So True, along with other merchandise. If you're interested, check it out. The link is in the description box below. If you want to join my channel, if you need to book life coaching sessions with me, please take a moment after the video to check out my booking link as well. With so many flexible options on, what you need and what fits your needs, it's there. Guys, today I want to talk to you about the simple fact that you are not supposed to be a happy being. They do not want you to be happy. Yesterday I went on live and I talked about the title of yesterday's live was Because They Threaten Your Joy. Today I'm following up with Because They Do Not Want to See You Happy. They do not want to see you happy. This is why they threaten your joy. But if you're dealing with narcissistic people, these people do not want to see anyone happy. Number one reason why is because they don't have any happy place. They're not a happy person. How can you be happy for me or want to see me happy when you truly hate the person that you know you are on the inside behind that mask? That is that narcissistic person. Many of you, they just cannot stand seeing you happy. Your smile is irritating and it's just annoying to see that you still find a way to be happy. It's crazy to hear that, but that's really how narcissistic people look at you. You're that real one. You're the one who does not hold grudges. You know how to forgive. That's an unconditional lover. You don't pin people against each other. You don't have a jealous spirit. You're not a manipulator. There's no need to manipulate. You're just truthful. You just tell it like it is. You come like you are. The number one key to becoming that unbothered empath, because many of you are empaths. You've been attacked by narcissists because you were raised by narcissistic people and your upbringing was filled with toxicity and drama and trauma. But it made you this person who tries to be safe by pleasing everybody. You try to protect your emotional space. You try to protect your psychological space by letting people do whatever they want, in a sense. Talking to you anyhow, belittling you, demeaning you, criticizing you, kicking you. And it's like you end up around all these people who don't do nothing but take. The only giver is you. Because they don't want you to be happy. That's why they're selfish with you. They can't stand the thought of knowing that if you get away from them, your life is going to be really good, because they know the type of person that you are. You just need to be around good people, like-hearted, like-minded people. So they must keep you entrapped in their narcissistic cycle by making you feel like you're not worthy, making you feel small and insignificant, attacking your confidence and breaking down your self-esteem so you never feel comfortable to expand your wings, individuate, and go and meet and be around people that you deserve to be around. So you find yourself in this abusive manipulationship where you're constantly fighting for approval in the way you look, in how you're talking, how you present yourself, how you're dressing. You'll go as far as to cut off your friends. You'll go as far as to ignore your own phone and isolate yourself from people just to please this person that's supposed to love you, just to please these people that are supposed to have your back. And before you know it, your life is not happy. You don't have no support. You don't have no friends. You don't have no loved ones because everyone is sick and tired of you being caught up in the cycle of love that you've been in with this person. They don't want to see you happy. This is why narcissistic parents, let's talk about them for a moment, because we all know Mother's Day is coming up. Mother's Day is coming up. Yesterday I talked about Rose Forever, New York. For those of you who want to gift their mothers, those of you who want to gift their motherly figures, go check out Rose Forever, New York. Get you a rose bouquet, get you a candle that burns forever, a rose bouquet that lasts forever. But on the flip side, we have those of us who that's not our story. Unfortunately, Mother's Day for many of us may not be so sweet. There's really nothing to celebrate. And today, this is that video where I'm going to be completely transparent and raw about it. I don't have nothing to hide. The truth is the truth. And I am healing. This has nothing to do with resentment or hate or none of that. Not trying to bash anybody. I am just telling my story and I'm telling the truth and I'm telling it how it is. Narcissistic parents do not want to see their children happy. What satisfies them is knowing that you have sacrificed all or parts of yourself to bring what they want, to make sure they're receiving some type of a benefit. What I mean by that is narcissistic parents enjoy exploiting their children for their own gain. They don't want to see you happy if they're exploiting you. They don't want to see you happy if they're trying to set you up in relationships that are no good for you. Narcissistic parents blind their eyes to everything bad and only look at what they can get for themselves out of the situation and will put their child in danger. Why? Because your happiness does not matter to them. It's about their gain. Whether it's going to kill you, whether it's going to hurt you, whether that marriage is not good for you, it don't matter. That narcissistic parent, just like that narcissistic spouse, is just worried about saving their fake ass religious mask, their fake ass, holier than thou and perfect in everybody's eyes mask. They're trying to protect that image. So even if it means sacrificing their daughter, their son in whatever ways, even if it means being highly manipulative to keep that child to be some type of a dummy for them, that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. And for many people who are raised by narcissistic parents, when you get older, you start to try to disconnect yourself from them. Now you're a problem. You start to make your own decisions. Now they can't stand you. Because all of that means that you're going to find your own happiness. If you find your own happiness, that means you're going to see that they never wanted you to have that. So you're going to end up cutting them off and walking away. And now you're abandoning them, you're isolating them, and you're walking away from somebody who actually fears that. They are so intentional with how they're keeping you in your life. You better be careful and you better be brave and muster up the strength to walk away from these demons, because that's exactly what they are. Parents and all. To always be an enemy of progress against your own child's accomplishments because it's not giving you any benefit, it's not shedding any light on your image, you're demonic. You're demonic. The lack of support that you get from these people, whether parents, whether spouse, it's because they don't want to see you happy. They cannot be there and support you. Many of you are like me. You might have grown up involved in music, played a lot of instruments, had a lot of, performances. Guess who was always in the crowd supporting me? Nobody. Nobody. But at the end of the day, I would go home and these very people who were my parents would be bragging about how they care for me, they take care of me. They're the reason why I am this amazing, smart, intelligent, wise young woman. And I used to look at them and just plan in my head, wow, I am going to run away from you people one day because you really don't want to see me happy. You don't support anything that truly makes me happy. You don't. The only time I've ever gotten support from my narcissistic mother, support from any narcissistic relationship, was when I was doing harm to myself, or if I was going to enter into something that would not bring me any happiness, but in the long run, it would bring them some type of benefit. I had a narcissistic mother who was determined to try to get me to marry into the church early on because it's an image thing. She's in the church. Everybody in the church loves her. They all believe that she is this churchy person. So now if her oldest daughter marries into the church, it adds on to the image. Thank God for my bravery because I stopped the shit out of that marriage. I actually dodged 3 marriages that my mother tried to set up for me. 3 marriages. One of them, she acts like she does not know about it or that she had no hand to play in it. I was 16 years old. She was allowing this youth pastor guy who had rumors going on that he was sleeping with all the young women in the church, but she allowed this man to pick me up every day, take me out, take me shopping, buy me my first phone, buy me my first car. This man was telling me, hey, your mom knows that I want to marry you. Just keep praying with me. You're going to be a first lady and you're going to make everybody proud. And I know you're young, but you're going to be 18 soon. I'm going to marry you. Your mom knows. But when I would interact with her about it, it was more like she was playing both sides. It was really, really strange. It was really, really strange. This woman acted like she had no idea that this man was trying to marry me because she didn't want to expose the fact that he was buying her things, giving her money, taking care of bills maybe. I don't know. But he was doing stuff for her. And at the time, I was so young and naive, I really didn't know what was going on. But when I realized that I didn't love that man and that I was really tripping, because he started eventually sleeping with me. Soon as I started college, soon as I turned 18, now you're going to be my wife. It's okay for us to have sex. And I laid there in silence, crying on the inside and let this man touch me. And oh my gosh, man, it's just, how could you want your child to be happy when, number one, you don't even take the time to get to know your child? Number 2, you don't care about the interest of your child. And number 3, you deny and neglect that child. The only reason that man was in my life was because she caught me talking to a boyfriend that was of my age. It pissed her off. She called that man and told him, come get her. I can't stand this girl. She doesn't want to do what I say. She doesn't want to do what I want. Come get her. Sent me off to go live with this man. And I got a whole dad. Did she ever call my father? No. Doesn't want me to be happy. Knows that my father is my heart. You should have called my dad. Enemy of progress. At that age, so much trauma, so much mental confusion and frustration. It led for me to walk into this stage of rebellion, whatever. They call it rebellion, but I call it I was learning myself. I was doing me. That's how I started smoking weed. These people don't want you to be happy. If you're not careful, you will end up putting yourself in unhappy situations and unhappy places because of the emotions that come up from the abuse. I was always in competition with my little sister because we had a narcissistic mother and 2 daughters in a household. It's a riot. It's competition. We're pinned against each other. If I'm asking for glasses, I'm being told I just want to be like my sister. Not taking any sense, not taking any cautiousness into looking at the child and see what's wrong. I really have eye problems till this day. I'm damn near partially blind in my right eye. I remember being a little girl, seeing my little sister with glasses. I'm like, Mom, I think I need glasses. I can't see when I'm at school. She cussed me out. You don't want me to be happy. You don't want me to succeed at school if you can't even get me glasses that I need. So I spent a lot of my years in school just trying my best to see on the board as best as I can. You know what happened? Eventually I developed a chronic headache problem because of my vision. Complained about headaches for years of my life. Could not take care of any of that until I disconnected the cord, cut my family off, and started living my own life. By the time I was 17 in college, I empowered myself and got a place to stay. I wasn't happy, but I was figuring myself out. I was figuring out what happiness looks like, what it was going to be like for me. I started growing strength, started learning how to disconnect from my mother slowly but surely. I started learning how to use the word no. That's how I ended up dodging all of those marriages that I would have been in. And trust me when I say, because I've dodged those marriages, because I am now 33 years old, because I did make a mistake and married a narcissistic demon, I have a narky ass family sitting somewhere having a parade on my mistakes. Oh, she should have married the person we knew she should have married. She tried to get me to marry a doctor before I married the narcissistic guy, but the doctor was not my type. We were not compatible. And he had his own narcissistic cultural traits that I was not okay with because it's all about control. It's all about control. And with narcissistic people, if you're not willing to bow down, if you're not willing to do things the way they are accustomed to and how they expect you to do it, you are automatically casted out. I tried to date this doctor, and every now and then he felt the need to make a comment about tattoos. So when you gonna stop getting tattoos? That's when I knew, okay, you know what? You're a little too critical already. What are you so concerned about the tattoos for? You don't want me to be happy. If you see that I have it, if I've told you that's what makes me happy, what are you questioning me for? Honestly, thank God for healing. Thank God for growth, because I later learned in my adult life that the reason why my mother allowed that to happen to me is because it happened to her. Her mother did the same thing with her. It's like molestation, rape, exploitation is normal in my family, unfortunately for the women. And I had to be the one to awaken my family by saying, I am not with it. It's not okay. And yes, it did happen to me. And I've discovered my happiness in spite of all of it. I couldn't be more happier right now, today, even sharing this. I'm just really blessed. There's so much gratitude. Like, telling this now is really a testimony more than anything. See, this is some of the reasons why it hurts me that I allowed a narcissistic man into my life, because I know how I know how to say no. I've been learning it. That's how I know the devil don't want me to be happy. And I know it's the same for you. Some of us We're so wise, we're so smart, we're so strong that these demons cannot stand that about us. And so they'll do whatever they can to keep throwing these kind of people our way. And when I think back on the love bombing phase that I went through with this narcissistic man, it makes sense to me. It makes sense how much the devil wanted to break me, wanted to keep me at a standstill place, wanted to keep me bound and stuck in depression and unhappiness, because I was actually coming out of that when I met that person. I had been on my life healing journey, taking care of myself, finally in a place where I am financially stable and all of that. And then here came this demon, knowing that I was praying for what I was praying for. Demons listen to our prayers too. I was praying for her husband. I was praying to be with someone that I want to be with, someone that loves the things that I love, the music part of it, all of that. It all made sense in the beginning. But I learned that all that glitters ain't gold. And I've also learned that these people just don't want me to be happy. And just to add a little bit to that part of my story with the narcissistic spouse, even after a discard, even after a divorce is finalized, still aiming for my unhappiness. You know how they do that? By trying to hoover, trying to find a way to resurface during holidays, trying to find a way to make conversation, trying to find a way to watch you through other people, constantly stalking you. This man is always in my lives. I know many of you who have been in my lives, you've seen it. So bothered by my happiness that they are trying to aim to make me happy. Jump on my live and be talking all kind of crazy shit. Be calling me all kind of names. I see it. I know y'all have seen it. Enemy of progress. Because I'm supposed to be somewhere bent and and stuck in that fucked up position. I'm supposed to be somewhere still crying my eyes out. I'm supposed to be somewhere beating myself up because the marriage flopped. I'm 33. I'm getting older. My African family is looking at me like, oh, she's a failure. And I'm supposed to accept those words and believe that that's my life and not be the thriver that I am. That's what they want. They want you to accept sitting in unhappiness, accept no joy, accept that you're the problem, accept that they don't like you because you're the problem. Take your power back and reverse all of that. Change the narrative because it's all a lie. They just don't want you to be happy. That narcissistic spouse have kept you in this marriage, in this manipulation ship. They have had a child with you intentionally. They made you put your name on stuff, add your credit to shit intentionally. It was all a trap because they don't want you to be happy. They don't want you to feel the beauty that you carry. They don't want you to see it. Because if you see it, if you take your power back, you're going to walk away and you'll never look back that way. They don't want that to happen. They really are truly afraid of you really cutting them off, letting go, taking all of your power back and never looking back. They're afraid of that. They don't want that. They don't want that. Even if they've discarded you and they're somewhere with someone else, just pay attention to how bothered they seem to be. They're so busy showing off how much they're in love with someone that they don't even know because they're bothered. They're bothered. They want to make sure that you're somewhere watching it and remaining unhappy because truly they are unhappy for the shit that they're doing. They know they are moving fast. They know they've overplayed their hand. They know that they don't love this person they're with. They have to pretend because they're trying to hurt you and other exes. This is what they've been doing. This is their cycle. They're sick. They know they're sick. They know they're fucked up. That's why they run away the way they do. That's why they don't take accountability. Take your power if you haven't. Stand firm in your power if you have. I'm with you. These are enemies of progress. You must find strength and bravery to go against what they are for. They are all about dominating you and destroying you. Go against that. Take your life back. Walk happy in the being that you are. Forgive yourself. Love on yourself. Self-care. Self-care. Take it serious. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Much love and much light to you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing yourself. Continue to live unbothered. There's so much empowerment in that. I'll be back. Until next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you later, guys. Take care.